Where are people keeping heads at? Where are people keeping heads at? That's all I'm trying to understand, bro. Like, who is walking around collecting heads? Hey, what it be? It's me, Dre OG. But look, man, we got these crazy things found in airport security. Let me know some airport, situations that y'all seen or encountered. And let's just get into this video. Hopefully you're having a good day, but let's get into this video without further ado.
Number 10, body of iPhones. Authorities in Hong Kong say they caught a smart-ass attempting to smuggle 94 iPhones into Midlands, China by strapping the devices to his body. Customs police questioned this man due to the way he was walking and his posture, which, judging by the photos taken by customs officials, was understandably impacted. A routine search of the man's luggage produced no contraband, but he set off a loud alarm when he attempted to walk through a metal detector. What the hell did he expect? The iPhones seized from the man include 5S, 6 and 6 Plus models, all of which are available for purchase in China. However, the smartphones retail for a lower price in Hong Kong than in Midlands, China. It estimates that the man's contraband was worth more than 300,000 yen or $48,000. He may have lost his 94 iPhones, but likely made the record books.
That's crazy as hell. Like, bro, it's so many other ways that you can do that. There's some people out here in the world, man, that just, is it any nice way to say this? There's a lot of stupid people out here in the world, like just dumb.
9, live pigeons.
He's one.
An alleged bird smuggler had his feathers ruffled when customs officer seized 2 live pigeons stuffed into his tights. The 23-year-old man of Meadow Heights in suburban Melbourne had landed at Melbourne Airport after a flight from Dubai when customs and border control officers stopped him and searched his bags. They allegedly found in the man's pocket a multivitamin container holding 2 birds, and further search revealed that he was wearing tights with 2 live birds stuffed inside one of his legs. Officers also
what in the hell, yo? What in the hell? Why is that so damn funny to me, yo? Why is that so damn funny to me? Like, should that be funny? Should it not be funny? I think it's funny, bro. Like, why does he have pigeons in his damn ankles, G? Crazy. You can't make this stuff up. Only here. Only here.
A money belt containing plant seeds and undeclared samples of air plants in the passenger's baggage before he was handed over to Australians' quarantine and inspection service staff. Wildlife smuggling is not only cruel to the animals involved, but it also poses a severe risk to the Australian environment and the health of the Australian community. It is important that people declare all animals and plant materials to Customs and Border Protection when they enter Australia. If convicted, the alleged smuggler could face up to 10 years in jail and or a $110,000 fine. When confronted with...
Look, it's a lot of people out here in the world right now, and y'all probably wondering, like, shit, what would I take? That $110,000 that I have to pay them that I don't have, or go ahead and eat these 10 years? You go ahead and give me them 10 years real quick. I don't know. Nah. I'm cool on that. I don't know. I don't know. What y'all gonna do? Some of y'all just get y'all a boyfriend and settle down in prison, huh?
With a large anonymous box that vigorously smells of rotten organs, most people would walk the other way. But as it's airline security's job to investigate these matters, a brave inspector at Carlo International Airport cracked open such a container to uncover a ghoulish present of 420 pounds of cow brains. The organs had arrived in the
just when you thought you saw it all.
People flying in from Sudan. Incredibly, it was the 4th time in that week that somebody had to try and fly with contraband cow brains into the country. One can imagine that Egyptian custom employees are growing tired of being slapped in the eyes by surprise troves of loaves. The rationale behind the influx of shady brain smugglers: Sudan has a large supply of cheap cow noggins, and Carlo apparently hungers for them the way the Cookie Monster loves his chocolate chip cookies.
That's gross.
That retails for just under $1 in Sudan can go up to 6 times as much in Egypt's capital.
What, $6?
Money, and all you have to do for it is have a Dexter-like detachment from dripping blood and delantalous tissue. So what happens to this cholesterol-rich cargo when it hits the streets of Carlo? One of which it might end up next to slabs of liver on a hot grill of a sidewalk food vendor where Egyptians with growing stomachs can chomp on brain sandwiches.
That's why when you go to these places, bro, you watch what you damn eat, bro. You watch what you eat. You might be eating some damn monkey brains, anything, man. I'm not surprised at this point. People brains. We've seen that too.
Is have a Dexter-like detachment from dripping blood and glandulous tissue. So what happens to this cholesterol-rich cargo when it hits the streets of Carlo? One of which it might end up next to slabs of liver on a hot grill of a sidewalk food vendor where Egyptians with growing stomachs can chomp on brain sandwiches. Number 7, a deceased body. Now this one sounds like a scene from a movie, Weekend at Barney's. A mother and daughter allegedly tried to smuggle a dead relative on a packed holiday jet. There is one substantial reason why some people try to smuggle corpses on board, and that's because cargo will never beat the low-cost airlines. Check-in staff became suspicious when 91-year-old Kirk was pushed up in a wheelchair motionless. His head slumped to one side while wearing shades. But when they quizzed his wife Geeta and daughter Anki, the pair told them that he was just sleeping. They were arrested on suspicion of failing to give notification of a death. But the defiant pair insisted that they had done no wrong and claimed that Alzheimer's sufferer Kurt was alive when they arrived at Liverpool's airport to catch an EasyJet flight to Berlin. But police suspect Geeta and Anki may have been trying to smuggle him aboard to avoid the $3,000 fee. The pair have been released on bail. Number 6, a human.
That's where some people.
Having a voodoo priestess go through airport security check-in would be weird enough, but wait till you see what she had in her luggage. In 2006, a woman by the name Merlene Severe, a Haitian-born permanent US resident, was stopped by custom and border protection officials. She tried to smuggle a human head into the US without proper documentation.
Second there, man, I thought I was watching like a episode of like Dexter or something, you know, or Hannibal. Like that's crazy as hell, you know. Just walking around with heads in their suitcases and shit. You just who on here think that was a good idea? This is just such a damn amazing idea.
It still had teeth, hair, and bits of skin and
Get the
lots
hell
of
outta here.
dirt on it, which was used in a religious ceremony to ward off evil spirits. Since traveling body parts must have a death certificate, the skull was confiscated and Merlene Sevilla was sentenced to 2 years of probation and had to pay a $1,000 fine. Number 5, power chainsaw. It seems a no-brainer that chainsaws wouldn't be an acceptable item to take as luggage on a plane, but this man gave it a go anyway. In 2012, he made an absurd attempt to smuggle a fully gassed-up power chainsaw through a checkpoint in New York's regional airport. Surprisingly, the man was allowed to board the flight with the chainsaw. He needed to remove the fuel, which was confiscated by transportation security. Number 4, $1.1 million worth of gold bars. These airline staff made a startling discovery during a routine cleaning. The Jet Airways aircraft landed at Koltaka's International Airport from Bangkok and was being cleaned before a scheduled flight to eastern Patna City. The 2 bags hidden in one of the toilets of the Jet Airways flight triggered first a bomb scare, then a smuggle probe, as the bags were found to contain 24 pieces of gold. The bars, which weigh 1 kilogram each or 2.2 pounds, were the same size as a portable smartphone and currently remain unclaimed. India is one of the world's biggest consumers of gold. The government increased the gold import duty recently, which officials say has encouraged smuggling. A stash of 24 gold bars worth more than $1.1 million have been confiscated by the officials. I better make sure I check the toilets before I get off the plane next time.
I'm sure now, bro, that it's a lot better people out here in the world than me, because I know, look, man, they don't make that much money cleaning them planes. Y'all see where I'm coming from? I would have found a way, bro, to get that gold out. I ain't gonna lie to you. You with me? You know what I'm saying? Look, man, I'm gonna take a chance getting fired over this gold. It ain't stealing because it don't belong to nobody right now, because it's nobody's possession. It's mine. And I'm leaving here today with it.
a live tiger. Of all the things that people have tried to take on a vacation with them, this is certainly among the strangest. A Thai woman was arrested after trying to smuggle a baby tiger cub out of Thailand in her checked luggage.
Some people are crazy.
First knew something was wrong when the woman checked in for her flight from Bangkok airport to Iran. They said she was acting suspiciously, and while the bag wasn't moving, it sure looked oversized. So airport employees x-ray the suitcase. Hidden among stuffed toy tigers was a 2-month-old real tiger cub that had been drugged. Smuggling animals is a risky business, but can reap large reward for the traffickers if they get away with it. So
that's crazy.
The 31-year-old woman who was attempting to smuggle the cub had hoped to fetch up to 2,000 euros on the Iran black market. The woman was arrested and the tiger was sent to a wildlife conservation. Number 2.
That's not enough money. That's not enough money. She's an idiot. I'm pretty sure 2,000 euros is not a lot of money
Marijuana
to get arrested for.
If you really want to bring weed on an airplane, do not stash it in a grenade. Before marijuana was legal in the state of Colorado, US, in 2012 a man was stopped at the Denver airport because he was carrying a grenade. Since explosives are obviously forbidden at airports and on the planes, the TSA officials confiscated the grenade and examined it. They found that the grenade wasn't that dangerous since it was stuffed with marijuana. I bet he was definitely high thinking that this was a smart idea. Coming in at number 1 and probably the creepiest one so far is 200 live tarantulas. Dutch custom officials at Amsterdam airport confiscated what was hidden in a couple's suitcase and clothing in 2012. They found 200 live tarantulas and an assortment of other insects including bugs, crickets, grasshoppers, and millipedes. If that wasn't weird enough, many of the tarantulas were pretty rare and also very poisonous. The animals were collected by a German couple on a recent trip to Peru and were put in plastic containers and tubes hidden in their clothing, shoes, and suitcases. A criminal case has been opened up against the German couple, and that the arachnids and various other creepy crawlies have been handed over to Dutch animal welfare authorities. After the insects were confiscated, there were no mentions of what charges, if any, the couple may face. Imagine if the couple got through the security and you were on that very same flight with those hairy little creatures walking around the plane. Definitely not a flight you would want to be on.
Absolutely not.
Now, since I found this top,
that's like, bro, like the movie Snakes on Plane. Like, bro, don't play with me like that. Don't play with me like that. And we in the air, I'm already having to deal with this damn turbulence. I'm one of those people, bro, I flew around the world, bro, and I'm still not used to turbulence. Every time we hit some shit, I feel like we gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that. I ain't scared of dying. It's just the fact of like falling from that, falling, and you know that you're gonna smack that ground and it's over. Absolutely not. Give me a parachute. I'm good with that. I can do that.
topic super interesting, and there are so many shocking discoveries by the airport security. I thought I would share with you 2 more bonus stories.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now brace yourself, because this one is pretty shocking. So essentially, at number 11, we have an 8-year-old boy found in someone's luggage. Border control officials discovered the suitcase after the X-ray image was seen and displayed on their monitors. It was a disturbing image of a small boy. The boy was 8 years old, and apparently he was in a bad state. The mother and father were arrested when they tried to smuggle him out of the country. The father said that he wanted to bring his son to the Canary Islands with them. They obviously didn't know that the security had a complete awareness of what's in the bag while it goes through the scan. I bet these couple got the Mother and Father of the Year award.
Wow.
Let's wrap it up on this list, and at number 12 we have 18 human heads. It was just a
so far we went from 1 head to 18 of them. Where are people keeping heads at? Where are people keeping heads at? That's all I'm trying to understand, bro. Like, who is walking around collecting heads? It is something wrong with this world, bro. I'm convinced.
At Chicago's O'Hare Airport, lugging luggage, tracking shipments, and thousands of pieces going from one destination to another without a hitch. But on that day, something unimaginable happened. Making a way through customs, this regular cargo shipment week before Christmas was packed in 3 containers. They were x-rayed, and that's when agents discovered 18 human heads. Headlines were ablaze, raising questions as to where these heads were being sent and why they were being sent there. It turns out that it was quite quite a legitimate medical shipment, and due to a mix-up of paperwork, got everybody quite fired up. They were originally sent from a medical facility in Rome and would then return to Chicago for disposal as part of an agreement. As strange as it sounds, people actually ship body parts to universities and hospitals all the time. We just don't hear much about it. I know you were expecting this one to be illegal, but it's still pretty creepy.
Now that is absolutely, people, that is absolutely insane. You know, that's why I don't feel comfortable with donating body parts. I am not an organ donor. I'm not an organ donor. Because, dude, because I feel some type of way about that, because, bro, you're not about to cut my head off and put in no damn jar. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say. That shit's dead over here, cuz. But look, man, hopefully y'all like this video. I'll see you on the next video. Go ahead and subscribe if you made it to the end of this video. Support the Patreon if you haven't already. And I'll see you on the next video. Like I always say, spread love, because there's too much hate in this world. Love you guys. See you in the next video. And I'm out, though. Bye.
Damn, it's my time. I waited my time, but I stayed on the grind. Now the bag getting bigger. They say I'm that nigga. 5-figure nigga. What's special about it? Straight out the street, I get more from a bag than I do a feat. Don't mind the name on the bag, it's OG. Come get a package from me. I'm moving bags in my sleep.